Hello, my name is Matthew Roberts. I'm a sophomore here at Grand Canyon University. I am doing this video for my cultural communications class. The main idea of this video is to educate the watchers on the Nesrima tribe and how much alike their culture and rituals are to American culture. Little background. The article that I did my research on is called Body Rituals Among the Nesrima, and the author of this article is Horace Minor. This article talks about Professor Linton and his encounter with the Nesrima tribe and bring attention to his findings living among the tribe. The professor wrote about the different rituals that the Nesrima people practiced. As barbaric and crazy as these rituals may seem, they are very close to those rituals that we practice here in America. One ritual in that the Nesrima practice is for men to cut their faces with sharp blades. In quotations, this part of the rite involves scraping and lacerating the surface of the face with a sharp instrument. Horace, page 243, paragraph 1. Reading this sentence, I was kind of confused at first. I was like, what does it mean by them cutting their face with like lacerating blades? But as I read about this article, I found out that they're talking about overall hygiene and facial hair. Um, Another ritual that the Nesrima people practice is brushing their teeth. In quotations, ritual consists of inserting a small bundle of hog hairs into the mouth along with certain magical powders and then moving the bundle in a highly formalized series of gestures. Horse, page 242, paragraph 7. In this sentence, I was like kind of cut off at first because I was kind of grossed out by the hog hairs being used as like toothbrushes almost. But I mean, if it's the only thing you got, it's the only thing you got. You're working with whatever. Um, well, as I said, the hog hairs was uh, a form of a toothbrush, while as the magic powders is a form of toothpaste. I was honestly kind of shocked to see how common the Nesrima tribe has with American culture, and like, different rituals that they practice, such as like hygiene, whether it's brushing your teeth, or washing your hair, or, shaving your face. It's just there seems a little bit more barbaric and less modernized. Um, I mind that. American rituals from an outside perspective, there are two teams to have 11 people on a big green field that fight against each other. They throw an odd-shaped brown ball in the air and try to push it as far as possible. The end goal is to get to the end of the field and to score a point. This ritual to Americans is known as football, and it's a very popular sport here in this country. The value of this sport is that it brings people together from all over the country to root for their favorite team. Say if I'm living here in Arizona and I'm rooting for the Cardinals, someone in Michigan could also be rooting for the Cardinals. And even though we don't know each other, don't have really much in common, man, probably, we do have our favorite team, so we both can kind of like come to like a common ground and both root for the same team. Uh, there's parties involving friends and families. There's special events throughout the year, like the Super Bowl or the All-Star games that bring people all over the country to watch who wins. And it's pretty exciting. The history of football is kind of confusing because there's a lot of different like dates and years that people claim that like, this was when it first started. To keep it like not as confusing, I'm just gonna go off of the NFL, which is the National Football League. It's the main source of entertainment and where football is streamed in here in America. The NFL, it was founded in 1920. The NFL was founded by a group of people, but one that stood out among them was Walter Camp. He kind of like turned the sport into what it is now today. Um, The sport became popular for multiple different reasons. It's a sort of entertainment. There is like roughhousing slash like violence, of the sport, uh, bringing people together, and regional pride, as in, your state wins a game, or like your state's team wins a game or wins the Super Bowl. That's a big deal. And your state, your main city, has a parade celebrating that. Um, the sport has changed a lot over the years, implementing new rules and gear to provide better safety and entertainment for the players and for the fans. Um, the changes were overall better for the sport. A noticeable change is to the helmets. These helmets have gone through multiple changes throughout the century to improve the overall safety and health of the players. One change that we have seen starting last year, but really seeing it now, is the introduction of the Guardian caps. It's a leather cap that is strapped over the players' helmets, and it has some cushion to help prevent brain injuries and concussions. In quotations, it can reduce the force from head contact by up to 20%, Cohen 2024. Uh, this was from an article from the NFL talking about how the Guardian caps are helping prevent these concussions and brain injuries. Um, Overall, the outside look on the Nesrima tribe, it might look barbaric and crazy and uncivilized. However, if you do look close enough, you can see many connections between their culture and American culture. Just like football, from an outside perspective, it looks stupid and dangerous, and like there's no point to it. But as you learn more about the sport, more about the culture, you understand more of the meaning behind it and like the specialty it has to people. Um, and even though everyone is different, at the end of the day, we all have more in common than we think, and to just treat everyone how we want to be treated. Thank you for watching my video and listening to me talk. Uh, Thank you, and have a nice day. Mm, mm, no, just give me a second. Just give me a second.